Yo, what's up, man? Welcome to 20 Twice, episode 16. What? Episode 16? Come on now, man. We done made it to 16, man. Oh, man. Sweet 16, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Sweet 16, I take it. I take it. You know what I mean? I take it. Man, every time I prepare for this show, I'm like, man, dude, how far are we going to go? I mean, how many seasons we going to go? I'm just trying to think, like, how far are we going to go with it? I don't know, man. I'm just out here just trying to do something that's therapeutic for me out here doing this, man. And I hope it, it's something for people who listen to it to talk about or text me and tell me how they feel or, listen to the podcast or, now on YouTube, we're doing something different, So that's cool. Today, man, just a business as usual. You know what I'm saying? It's business as usual, man. Just getting that real out, getting the stories that I feel on my mind and what's on my heart. You know what I mean? I try not to come with no bullshit. It's just what I feel and I try to do a little investigation on it. So make sure I just won't be on here just talking and just giving you bullshit. Just some real shit. You know what I mean? Like always, I want to start the show off by saying thank everybody for listening to this show or, watching it on YouTube. Hey, man, we evolving, man. We trying to evolve, man. We trying, I'm trying. But yeah, always, because, I say this a lot and I say this on every episode is that you could be doing anything, man. Most of my episodes are no longer than 29 minutes or no longer than 30 minutes. So I know you could be doing something else. With your time, and so I appreciate it because I know sometimes you could be talking to people, you could be in their face, and it seems like they ain't paying attention to you. So when I can get people to listen to a podcast episode and take the time out to listen to it, I think it's dope. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. You could be doing all type of crazy stuff, or not crazy stuff, but you could be doing all type of stuff. But I appreciate everybody who listens to my show. It's real cool, man. It's a real cool thing. And today, man, I just, I got a couple of things that I seen, in the headlines, which is kind of crazy. Most of the stuff that I seen is kind of crazy. But one of them that just caught my eye was this, the plot to kidnap this Michigan governor. I thought it was crazy, man, because I'm like, man, kidnap a governor? What you talking about? And then when I got all the details for it, and I was like, because they were mad about the mask and what? Allegedly, let me say. But let me start the story off. So I got this story from CNN. And CNN editor note says, this story is used reporting across Michigan. Details of allegations against 13 men accused in a domestic terrorist plan. Up to this point, none of these men has yet to enter a plea. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's 13 men, maybe more, but that's what they're releasing right now, trying to kidnap the governor. Her name is Gretchen Whitmer, which is crazy, man. It's crazy how these times is going on right now. So I'm going to go into the story. So the story starts off with the Vac Shack. So I guess this guy, his name is Adam Fox. He stayed at the Vac Shack. And the Vac Shack is a repair for vacuums, and that's where he was. So in the story, they say the site in the middle of a row of single-story shops in commercial part of Grand Rapids, Michigan, between a beauty salon and a taco joint. I got this from CNN. I didn't put that in there. They will put that in there just to, set the mood, I guess. Just set the mood to let you know what's going on. So this is a business. And Adam Fox, he stays down there in a basement. Allegedly, he moved into the basement of the vacuum repair shop after his girlfriend threw him out. So she threw him out. The owner, Brant Titus, was a hometown friend who hoped the young man help him to get through high school. I guess he helped him a while ago to get through high school. It was a while ago because he's 37. So it was a while ago that he helped him get through high school. And he was hoping that he would get back on his feet. Adam Fox is accused of plotting a terrorist from the basement of the shop. where a friend was letting him stay. Now, I'm thinking to myself, like, hold on, man. So somebody letting you stay in their business and you downstairs in that basement trying to make a terrorist thing, terrorists trying to kidnap, trying to get people to go with you so you can kidnap a governor. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to talk about what people do with their time, but I think you probably should be doing something else with your time, man. I mean, come on, man. Trying to kidnap a governor is ridiculous, especially if you stand in a basement of a vacuum shop, a vacuum repair shop. Come on, man. Come on, man. And their reported on this story is that several other men are accused of meeting on June 20th this year to discuss the anger at officials that they thought were violating their constitution. So he got several other men to go down in the basement to plot. This is crazy. And it's a serious story, but I'm laughing because I'm like, this don't even make no sense. So you mean tell me that you stand in the basement of the vacuum repair place and you trying to kidnap somebody? Man, come on, man. Come on, man. There's other stuff you can do. And then the other guys who went down there too, come on, man. Come on, man. Clearly, judgment has not been a good part of Adam Fox. So for people to come down there and be like, yeah, we need to do this. We need to do this. This is crazy. And I'm just thinking to myself, and to be honest, I read a little bit of Constitution and I don't know. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm a scholar or I do some of this historical forms. I don't know them. I don't. So when they said they were mad at their constitutional, that they were violating the Constitution, anybody can feel the way they feel. So, I understand that, like I said, I talked about the pandemic on the show a lot. A lot of people don't want to wear masks. I mean, I get it, but we wear masks. That's what they say, to wear masks. I don't know if it really helps, but it got to help a little bit. It cannot hurt you, I don't think. Maybe just because you breathe in whatever you have, maybe the cotton or whatever your mask is made out of, maybe that, I don't know. But this thing been going on since March. So, clearly I'm tired of it, but not enough to where I just want, oh man, I need to kidnap somebody. I need to burn something up. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. And again, this is allegedly, okay? So I'm not saying that Adam Fox did this, but this is a story. He has been booked in jail, and everybody else haven't made a plea or whatever, whatever it is, that they innocent and guilty, whatever it is. So, but I guess they was just there at the vent. This is a story. I guess they were there at the vent about what was going on. And it spiraled into a terrorist plot. I guess they said they were mad. The story said they were mad because the businesses was closed, the nightlife was closed, bars and gyms was closed. And I guess that is a frustrating thing when you want to get out the house and all that. But come on, man. You want to kidnap a governor for that? I don't understand, man. I'll be lost for words sometimes when people do stuff and you're like, man, what are you thinking? Like, what are you trying to prove? Like sometimes I think, like I said, like last week on the other show, I say you cannot, if you feel like somebody's doing something wrong with you, you can't fight hate with hate. It don't work, man. It just don't work for me. And you can't make people do stuff. You can. You can try to force them to do stuff, but they're not really willing to do the stuff. You're forcing them to do it. Even like, the 9/11 and the terrorist attack, when they did that, it didn't stop the way America lived. They still lived the same. They actually brought people together for a little while, but, that went away. But like I said, when you do stuff, it's not like it's going to just change. Like, you can't just say, I'm going to do something bad and then everything is going to change. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to get it, man. It's so many people in the United States and everybody ain't going to believe what you believe. And that's what I'm saying. I'm here just for the dialogue, man. I'm just here for the dialogue, to open a dialogue. The other day I was talking to a couple of couple of people, and we just opened a dialogue. Like I said, man, I'm not over here preaching hate. I'm just over here trying to preach, hey, man, why don't you talk to somebody before you try to talk to the person before you try to get mad because they vote for this person or they believe in this stuff. Maybe y'all can agree on something. Maybe I can agree on something. And again, like I go back to, if you think the world is going in the right place right now, then okay, then, maybe you think I'm tripping. But I don't think everything is perfect right now, and it can get better, of course. You know what I mean? I mean, every day you see a rally, and then the other day it was a rally where a man got killed in front of his son. I think it was like a support for police rally, and I don't have really information on it. I was just reading the story, but man, come on, man. Come on, man. You killing people just dying out here, you know what I mean? And they're not just black people, it's white people getting killed by white people. So when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm not sitting up here preaching nothing. I'm out here telling you the real. I'm telling you how I feel. So when I hear these stories, I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? So to go back to the story, the story goes on. Adam, I don't know if they said Adam did or a couple of people that he was with that met with him in the basement. They reached out to a couple of groups, armed groups, to add manpower. You know what I mean? The more people you have, the more people that got guns or whatever you need to, or make bombs or whatever they were trying to do. And, I guess when I read this story, they said they reached out to a couple of groups. They reached out to one group called the Wolverine Watchmen. The Watchmen have been flagged onto the FBI in March. One of the members was now an informant. So the informant is the one who told on this plot to get the governor. This is the informant. He did this. He was from a Watchman, or he was, in that, and he was an informant for the FBI. So when Adam Fox or whoever friends he was with that wanted to kidnap the governor, they decided to tell this man everything. And when they telling this man everything, he telling the FBI everything. So that's how they got caught. And I guess it's been going on for months. It's been going on for months that they've been trying to plan this thing. They've been trying to get people together. They've been trying to get bombs together. And some on this on this article, they even said that, that they were just looking for bombs. And some had made suggestions like, we should just, go to her house and just kidnap her and grab her, and then everybody understand. Well, I don't know how that's supposed to be. I don't know what they're going to understand with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, kidnapping the governor going to be like, man, we need to take these masks off, man. We need to open up all the bars, and we need to, this going to change the Constitution. Come on, man. I get it, man. People be frustrated being at home, frustrated, you got no job, frustrated. I get it, man. But there's other ways you deal with your frustration, and it's not trying to allegedly try to kidnap a governor. Come on, man. That is ridiculous. I don't even know how you think that would make any sense, and how you think that's going to stop people from living, or how you think that's going to make people open a business. You know what I mean? I just don't understand that, man. I don't understand how people can say stuff they want to do that hate stuff, and is a crime and is a hate thing, and then other people like, yeah, man, we need to do that. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, you ain't got no friends that's gonna tell you, hey, man, let's just get a beer and relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, this is too much, man. I don't get it. So the informant would visit Adam Fox, and Adam Fox would talk to him. And I guess on one occasion he said that the baker, and I guess the informant said that was code name for the person who was making a bomb. He still was waiting on him to figure out all the logistics and stuff like that. And I guess I can't really tell from the story, but I'm assuming that it looked like it was about to get close to what they was doing. That's why the FBI just shut it down. But it is ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. And all these groups that's out there, these small groups, and these people are armed. Hey, you want to be armed, okay? Arm yourself. You know what I mean? Keep yourself safe. Keep you safe. Keep your family safe. I don't, the gun law things, that's on something else. I mean, it should be harder to get them, I guess. So people with mental illness maybe shouldn't get them. You know what I mean? Or just regular people, you know what I mean? Some, you know what I mean? I get it. But I don't have nothing against people having guns. Keep yourself safe, or whatever you may do. You may hunt, or whatever you may do. You know what I mean? Security guard, whatever. Police officers, everybody, who may need guns, they need guns. But it's people out there that don't need no guns. And I don't have to point them out. You should know who don't need no guns. And a group of guys that's mad over something that, this pandemic, you're not going to change it. You know what I mean? You're not going to change it by kidnapping a governor, and that's not gonna happen, bro. So I don't know. And sometimes in life when we have people and you run into people and you talk and you have your mindset on something and somebody will talk to you and you be like, man, that makes sense. I don't know why I was thinking like that. But in this case, out of these 13 men, I guess none of them thought that, dude, this don't make this don't make no sense. I mean, come on, man. And even when somebody bring it to me, like if somebody probably call me and be like, hey, man, I don't like the way we got to wear these masks. They closing up the bars or something, man. I think we need to go kidnap somebody for, huh? Huh? What are you talking about, man? What are you saying? That don't even make any sense, man. That don't even make any sense. I mean, it's bad enough if you feel like people go into rallies or wherever to support stuff and then they going crazy. Like, that's bad enough. That is, that people get into rallies and trying to burn down the city hall. Come on, man. Like, they just gonna rebuild. They're gonna rebuild another one, man, and it's gonna be fireproof most likely. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's other ways you deal with stuff, man. There's other ways you deal with stuff, and I just don't think this is the way you deal with it, man. I can't get it. I don't understand it, man. So, yeah, so they was arrested like last week, man, and I'm just like, come on, this is crazy, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're gonna sit up here and try to get a governor? My goodness, man. But it's scary though. You know what I mean? It's scary for the simple fact of the matter is, that's the governor. These 13 men allegedly trying to kidnap the governor or blow her up, whatever it is. But if you was a regular person, you may be in trouble. You know what I mean? Like if you're just a regular person, because it may not even got this far. They would have just kidnapped you or did whatever they did. And then, somebody would have been like, you missing. So, man, that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that you sit there and if you were just a regular person, maybe this story never got out. You know what I mean? It's scary out there, man, because people trying to take stuff in their own hands, man. And we know that's why we got a government system. I'm not saying it's all right, but we can't have people just deciding that they won't, they're going to enforce the laws. And come on, man, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. You know what I mean? Because everybody don't think rationally. You know what I mean? Everybody don't. So to have groups of people or men or women or whatever trying to make people do stuff, that's too much, man. That's craziness, man. But yeah, man, I didn't want to be too long on this. You know what I mean? Like I always do, I always come with a story, you know what I mean? So I came with a story and I was thinking, I always think like, man, and my partners be like, man, you gonna run out of stories, man? I don't know. I hope not. But, I got a story right now. So this is back in the day. And if you just start listening to my podcast, you will say, I've been down bad. I have times where I didn't have money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So one of these times I went to cash a check or whatever. I can't remember where it was. But I got or bought something and I got a $50 back, a $50 bill back. And I was like, $50 bill. And then, at this point they had changed the $50 bill. So when I was looking at it, I was like, man, this $50 bill, it looked a little bit blue, but I'm like, man, I don't even get that many 50. So how the hell I'm gonna be able to tell, you know what I mean? And I looked at the picture, it looked the same. I'm like, cool, I got $50, you know what I mean? No big deal. So, a week go on, I think I had it for like a week, maybe even 2. And then I'm on my way home from work. I'm like, man, let me stop, let me budget. I got a budget with this $50. Let me give me some groceries or something, you know what I mean? Whatever, just to make it through the week, you know what I mean? Just to make it through the week. So I go in the store and I think it was like maybe food for less, maybe something like that. I'm not sure. So I go in there and I'm penny pinching. You know how the shit you look at and you like, shit, I can't grab that. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? You look at it like, I can't grab that. That shit way too much. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it and I'm grabbing everything and I got my basket. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, it should be under $50, so I should be good. So it was a long line, you know what I mean? Food for less and stuff like that. They'd be having long lines. And so, I wait, I get up to the line, it's a lady there. She's like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm fine. She's like, you find it? You know how they say, you find everything? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I think so, So the lady, she rang everything up and I think it was like 42 something, whatever it was, like $42. So I was like, man, I had a little change left over, whatever. So I give her the 50, you know what I mean? When I give her the 50, she looked at it, you know what I'm saying? You know how people do, they look at it, you looked at it, she looked. Did that one where they hold it up in the air, look, she look at it like this. And then she go, out of nowhere, she quiet for a little while, and she's like, brother man, And I'm like, I'm sitting there like, what? She's like, brother man. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? She was like, oh, brother man, you trying to come with a fake bill. I'm like, nah, man, that ain't fake, man. That's real, man. You know what I'm saying? That's real. I've been had that, that's real. So I'm thinking that it's going to be, I'm thinking that, she just need to just run a little pen on, but she didn't have a pen. She just kept looking up in the, air, you know what I mean, trying to get that light or wherever to see the strip. So I'm like, oh man. So at this point, it's people behind me. It's a line behind me. The whole store is lines. The whole store is lines. So I'm thinking, man, hopefully a manager will come and be like, you know what I mean, you got to get out of this ain't right, or this ain't, you know what I mean, maybe a misunderstanding or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Wrong. Wrong. This lady proceeds, this checker, I don't know her name, she proceeds to go up and looks at it again in the air, and she goes, nah, brother, man, you ain't gonna get this one past me. You ain't gonna get this one past me. She goes on a loudspeaker and she goes, can I get a manager up here? I'm like, come on. So what was crazy, it was another lady, a cashier, like maybe three behind her, like three aisles over. And she calls her out. She's like, come look at this. She was like, matter of fact, oh, y'all come look at this. Oh, no lie. Oh, y'all come look at this. All the checkers come from the lines to look at this, to know what not to take. And I'm standing there, and I don't even know what the hell to do. I'm sitting there like, man, they about to call the police. I'm like, man, I ain't stole nothing. I ain't trying to take nothing. I don't know if the money fake. Man, I'm sitting there looking crazy. And there's a lady behind me, directly behind me. I look at her. She's shaking her head like, she's shaking her head like, what you doing? Like, why you doing this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you trying to do this? Get a job. I'm like, I got a job. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not trying to, Oh my God. I'm telling you, every cashier looked at it every time, because it was, they couldn't get behind the counter. So all of them just would take a turn and look at it. And then they would look at it and be like, I'm like, I'm sitting there like, come on, man. Like, what are y'all talking about? So like the manager come over, he's like, oh, this is fake. You can't. I said, man, I didn't know it was fake, man. I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's my last 50. So I'm trying to figure like, well, but I said, you know what? Maybe I take it back to where I'm trying to figure out where I got it from. And like, hey, man, I got this the other week. I don't know if that was going to work. So I said, let me get the 50 back. She go, we can't get that to you. You're going to have to call FBI. I'm like, FBI? and then the manager's like, no, not FBI, the Treasury Department. I'm like, and tell them you had a fake bill, and they'll tell you what to do. And I'm like, man, I don't even know nothing about no fake bill, man. I don't even know what you're supposed to be doing with this. You know what I'm saying? But it's people behind me, and there's one dude yelled out, come on, man, stop doing that fake money. Come on, bro. I'm like, come on, bro. What's going on? I'm like, what's going on? And the moral of the story is, it ain't no goddamn moral of the story. The whole thing was, I got about $50, I got a fake $50 bill. And it sucked, dude, because I left out of the store with nothing. Didn't have no food. Didn't have my $50 bill. Didn't have nothing, man. And I was frustrated like hell, man, because I'm like, come on. Everybody looking at me and shit. And I'm walking out like, and she's like, just don't come back up in here, brother, man, with that. I'm like, man, that's enough. I'm like, that's enough. It was a fake bill. I'm sorry. But I didn't go in the store. I ain't that type of person to go in there like that, because I don't like to get embarrassed with nothing I try to do. But, man, I was like, this is ridiculous. And how everybody came over there looking at me like, shaking their head like, let me see. I'm like, come on, man. This is foul, man. I'm over here tripping. And I still remember that. And to this day, did I get change? You can't give me no 50. You can't give me no 50. I take everything back. You can give me a refund if you don't got nothing less than a 50. I can't take no 50s no more. I don't do 50s. No, I see a 50. I remember I went somewhere, I cashed a check, they tried to give me $450. I said, you out of your mind. You out of your mind. I don't take no 50s. I'm paranoid with 50s. I don't like 50s, man. I'm good with that. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody who listens to the show, watching me on, YouTube. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get on out of here, man. Hopefully, Lord willing, I'll be back next week with something real. Always something, try to do something new, you know what I mean? So, hey, I'll see you then.